I will kick things off with a brief introduction of the Miro community and specifically Miroverse community. So first of all, hi everyone. My name is Natalie Nedry and I'm Community Marketing Manager here at Miro. And I want to welcome you to our today's Miroverse community webinar. If you haven't heard about Miroverse before, that is our ever-growing gallery with over 5,000 templates created by Miro users like you and I. And it's a great place to find inspiration or jumpstart your projects. So after our workshop, make sure to check out the gallery and hopefully find some inspiration. And for today's webinar, it's going to be our second one in a series led by our talented Miroverse creator, Johanny. She is doing a series on AI-enhanced product management. And last time we explored product discovery phase. And today she will walk us through her template designed to enhance the product validation stage. And this session will be especially helpful if your team is just beginning to evaluate AI-enhanced tools for prototyping and testing. As I mentioned, Johanny will share her template, and you can also check out more of her work at her on her Miroverse profile. I'm also dropping a link to her Miroverse profile in our Zoom chat. And if you'd like to join future series, future sessions in the series on product development, product launch, and product evaluation, all enhanced by AI tools, be sure to subscribe to our events calendar. The link I will also drop in our Zoom chat. And before we dive in, I want to remind you that Miroverse is always evolving. You can not only explore templates, but you can also create your own and become a Miroverse creator yourself. Just visit our submission page. Again, the link will be in our Zoom chat to get started. And it's a great way to showcase your expertise, connect with peers like Johanny, and even get featured in our blog events or future webinars. And speaking of events, if you haven't caught our Canvas 24 keynote yet, I highly recommend watching the replay. It was our biggest event of the year, packed with insights on the future of collaboration. You can watch it later following the link to Intelligent Canvas from our Zoom chat. And that's all from me. I want to thank you all for joining our Miroverse community, joining this series. And now let's pass the mic to Johanny to get started.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Natalie, for this great introduction. And thank you all for joining us today in this workshop. As Natalie mentioned, today we will continue in the workshop series on AI-enhanced product validation. And we will focus pretty much into the prototype and testing. As many of you are familiar with product management in the prototype phase, we're very much looking forward into identifying an interface that can enhance the user experience, that can help users accomplish their goals while they're interacting with our products. So some words about me, for those of you who are new in this series. I am Johanny Pestalozzi, or Johanny in English. I have 12 years of experience across different industries, including IT services and consulting, research, NGOs, and startups. I am based in Zurich currently, and have been supporting the Miro global community since 2021. Very excited about all these different activities that we organize, and also very happy about the innovation workshops and the Miroverse community and templates that we generate. I have a PhD in technology risk perception and acceptance, and I'm specialized in human-centered AI product design, leveraging industry frameworks on enhancing the user experience for products that are leveraging artificial intelligence. So before we go into the core of today's activity, as Natalie mentioned, we're going to be using a tool that I actually submitted in the Miroverse. It is called GenAI Tools Navigator, and it is composed of a series of steps to help us understand what are the tasks, the requirements that AI tools need to fulfill to help us accomplish our goals in the team. And I have complemented it with a second tool that is called GenAI Tools Lab, where we will be testing a Visily for product prototyping today. So before we go into it, I would really like us to get to know each other a little bit. You may have already access to the board. It's on the chat. Then once you enter in the board, I will quickly bring everyone to me. And there, I would kindly ask you to select a sticky note and there write your name, your location, and your role. And also select a sticky from the pane here, from stickers, emoji, and GIFs that represents a little bit how you're feeling today. So you can choose any of these stickers like I did here. I selected a light bulb. I feel very excited, very happy, and kind of in creative mode. So simply select an emoji and a sticky that reflects your mood today. Write your name, your location, and role. And if you would like to introduce yourself in the session today, insert a link to your LinkedIn page so that people get to know you, and also you can share some words about you in the session. So let's do this in 3 minutes, and then we can get to know each other a little bit in the group. All right, so let's go for it. All right, so it seems that's it for today. So I will just, okay, sorry. I see that you're still collecting the stickers. For the last 30 seconds, you can briefly, quickly select a sticker to show your mood today. All right, so time's up. Let's have a look at the different locations and participants we have in the session today. We have quite interesting emojis and stickers on the screen, which is super cool. It shows that some of us are a little bit tired, but I guess also enthusiastic about what we will discuss today. Others are very excited on the go, and that's super cool. And others, of course, are curious to see what we will accomplish today. So we have people from Amsterdam, we have Canada, we have North Carolina, Prescott, Arizona, and Madrid, and of course me here in Zurich. Quite diverse. We have two continents, I would say. Yes, the USA, North America, and Europe. Yeah, so we also have UX architects, product managers, senior process engineer, a community marketing manager, and also LD advisor. I would say learning and development, I believe. So that's quite amazing. Perfect. So none of you inserted your LinkedIn linked. So I understand that you're not ready yet to unmute yourself, but it's no problem. We will have opportunity later on to do that. So thank you very much for participating in this first activity. Now we will go to the second part, which is the tasks. And as we discussed at the beginning, the goal today is to prototype with using AI. So it's quite a general task. So the product case essentially is your team needs to create design screens to prototype various products in web and mobile app format. And you need to generate various screen versions to present to the team. So you may be in the situation that you have a request, you have multiple projects and you need to quickly deliver. So the idea is that you leverage AI to generate those screens out of different input that you can generate. So later on, I will show you the different inputs. For now, you simply keep that in mind. You simply have to provide screens to prototype some web and mobile applications. Having that in mind, you can reflect now on the different occasions you have had in your team. What could be possible tasks this AI tool should help you with to accomplish these prototypes? So simply now we will briefly reflect, brainstorm on these tasks, and this is what will help you once you're in a situation like this that you need to find tools to help you prototype. So simply write down what comes first to your mind, what are tasks that you believe this Gen AI tool should help you accomplish while you are prototyping products. Let's do this also in 3 minutes, and then we will discuss in the group. Let's go for it. Okay, so let's have a look at what we get here. We have prototype with user feedback insights in mind. That's great. So you mean, I believe that you're able to insert the user intent with the application and that you can quickly generate, let's say, a set of screens based on that. If not, please feel free to correct me if that's not the case, but I guess that's the point. Then provide variations of the same suggestions, create reliable prototypes that require minimum to none of adjustments. No need to redo it from scratch. Provide quick and flexible options to adjust the screens, create high definition screens, enable sharing files with the team and clients, versioning of prototypes, use design system elements, quite important, this part, very good. Apply corporate design style guide or design system, user flows, RWD, not sure what this means. If you would like to explain this.
That's just responsive web design, kind of covered by other things too.
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot. That's very important as well. So in that case, you mean different screen sizes that are generated out of the design, right?
And most of all, it depends if this is lower fidelity, maybe less important, but some level of fluidity so that either targeted breakpoints or just ability to collapse for mobile.
Cool. That's absolutely important. And actually, with this in mind, the design work gets a little bit disrupted, right? Because this part of versioning different screen sizes takes quite a lot of time. So this could be quite helpful to create these responsive applications. Perfect, great. So thanks a lot for the input. And then we have identify use cases with and test criteria. Follow the golden rules of UI UX to gain user trust. Use a design system and branding guides. Iterate based on team input. Easy scale up. Identify product limits and boundaries. And identify facility fitness needs. This sounds quite a little bit general. Like, if there's anyone who can explain this, the person who wrote it. Okay, facility fitness needs. I understand maybe different needs based on user requirements or customer segments, but quite good. All the tasks, essentially, if we can group them in general terms, that you're able to create different versions, different responsiveness, so to say, you can use different design systems, and that you can quickly iterate based on the input either from user requirements or from the team requirements itself. So that's quite important. And of course, it is the first step whenever you are creating any project, so to say, design or of any kind, to understand what are the tasks that you need to fulfill with this application. We then move into the requirements to select these tools. Those who were in the previous workshop already know this next step. Essentially is about what are, let's say, technical requirements that these GenAI applications should fulfill in terms of data management, in terms of data sharing, or budget that is available, or team requirements, etc. Now it's just a matter of us to briefly reflect on those type of situations we had in our teams. If you have been involved in choosing tools or applications to help you accomplish work, what have been common requirements that you had in your team when selecting software to help accomplish work? So let's spend again 3 minutes and brainstorm briefly these requirements, and then we will do a polling to select the 3 most important ones. So let's first brainstorm, and then we will go into it. All right, so let's go for it. Awesome. Thank you very much for participating in this part as well. So let's have a look at the different requirements that we gathered here. We have security, adaptability or scalability, discoverability or observability. So what do you mean by this actually?
How well can you either find things in the tool, or how well can you monitor things in the tool?
Right. Perfect.
Kind of two different things.
So you mean like the user experience itself?
On one hand, it's the user experience, and that could be seen through a couple different lenses. But on the other hand, it's more monitoring and performance, kind of, just health, wealth status of that tool.
Okay, interesting. That's quite an interesting part. So like the status of performance.
The state of things. Yeah, if you think about like a business intelligence dashboard,
Okay.
is it up? Is it down? Is it running? Are the performance factors as expected.
Interesting. From your point of view, it's the business intelligence on the performance of the tool, or is it on the quality or the output that is generated? Or both?
I think the quality or output is a little more difficult to at least.
Interesting. All right, perfect.
Orchestrate in a mechanical, automated way.
That's fine. Perfect. Thank you. We also have proprietary. I assume that you own whatever the outcome you generate.
The data, at least.
All right, got it.
To what degree are you now codependent upon this partnership or relationship with it?
Perfect. Awesome. Convergence. What did you mean by this?
How well can it interoperate with other technologies?
Okay.
Does it have an API, or can it interoperate with one?
All right. Let's say there is a word for today. I will use convergence, but I believe there is kind of like you can have plugins that you can easily adapt to other tools, right?
Yeah, and I think one of the ways I often hear it referred to as technological convergence, like digital transformation, application modernization, buzzword, but basically seeing how technology comes together.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Cool. So we have support and maintenance. Yeah, that's it from this side. We also have GDPR, and we have here provide reasoning behind the proposed solution. It's very interesting. Use human as a benchmark, and also customizable prompting, and iterate using different approaches. Very, very interesting. Perfect. So thank you so much for sharing these insights. We're going to now do a brief poll. I'm going to start it. So essentially, let me see if this, okay. Essentially, what you have to do is simply select the requirement from this list that you believe is the most important. It is a single choice, unfortunately, but in the end, we're going to see what are the 3 most important requirements listed in the group. So let's do this briefly in 1 minute, and then we will discuss in the group. All right, so that's it. Let's have a look. So in this group, we have that ownership of the data is the most important requirement. and it is a very crucial one, especially if you have customer data that is quite sensitive in special industries like in healthcare or in banking. And then we also have customizable and user experience, which is more or less related. So quite important requirements, absolutely, fully agree. It's interesting that we didn't have budget in this session, but I believe for certain organizations of certain size, maybe budget is not that limiting. But yeah, for today, we have these elements. Perfect. Is there any question in the group or any comment, any remark on this element? All right, so doesn't seem to be the case. So we can briefly move on to the next part, which is the GenAI Tools Lab. Here is where we're gonna test a tool that I selected. Before that, I would like us to run the exercise briefly to quickly search on your search engine for GenAI tools that can help you for prototyping and product testing. So what you will do now is simply go to the search engine you have, Google, Firefox, you name it, and simply search for only one or a single tool that can help you with either prototyping or testing, and search for the logo and insert it here. And if you have some more time, you can add the link of the website of that tool so that you can have it as reference later on. So in your team, you would do that. You would have, of course, more time or extended session where you can do this. For today, we will simply go and identify those tools, the logo, and the link of that tool. We're going to do that now for 3 minutes, and we will then briefly look into what we find. Right, so let's do that. Okay, perfect. So we have here essentially three tools. We have UI or Wizard from Miro Labs, and we have Chroma and Visily. And we also have Anima. So I would like to briefly hear from each one of you what the tool you shows does essentially. If you could briefly say one or a couple of words of what you understood, essentially what the tool does. For example, Wizard with Miro Labs. What can we do with this tool?
Yeah, so that's one of the recently acquired tools, and it has an amazing Auto Designer 2.0 feature that can create screens, and it literally works like magic. Almost everyone who saw it, they were amazed with functionality. So I encourage you to try it out.
Cool. Is it embedded into the Miro interface, or do we have to install it?
I believe right now it's separate, but if you saw the keynote from Canvas 24, a lot of the similar functionality you will receive with the Miro AI update.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much, Natalie. Cool. So what about Anima? What can we do with Anima?
Hey, I kind of cheated and dropped a couple on, although there was still another one that I wanted to put. So Anima, I've heard it brought up in the past, so I thought it was interesting. Looked into it. It's just designed to code, so there's some level of automation there for the front end, which seems interesting. And then I had also put ProtoPie on there, having heard about it. It says it's the #1 advanced prototyping tool for dynamic multimodal interactions. Seeing you all have incorporated Wizard, at least into labs, it should probably get pushed out further at some point, I assume. I wonder, can I drop UGIC on your board as well? As I believe that UGIC is one of the ones that will leverage a design system.
Yeah, sure. You can do that.
Cool.
Cool. Perfect. So thank you very much for this. From my side, I added Chroma and Visily. Chroma essentially helps you iterate different design colors to explore different styles to add to your prototypes. And Visily is actually the app that we're going to try today. It's a full-fledged application that helps you create entire screens for mobile apps to website applications. And yeah, so it allows different input. And today we're going to briefly try this tool out. I would like now to jump into the second part of the workshop, which is to try it visually. The tasks essentially are to create the screens for a website and mobile app using the suggested NAI tool, and to follow the steps presented and write your observations in the purple sticky note. Simply try out the tool. So here I will show you in a moment the simplest steps to log in into the website and create an application. It's a very straightforward process. You go into sign up for free, and you just select the option that is called Design with AI. And this will bring you into a section, to a screen that looks like this, where you will have this chatbot that says Ask AI, and there's where we will be working essentially. So in the first test, the steps are the following. You create your account, you will briefly onboard. You need to do this relatively quickly, but it is very straightforward, you will notice. And use the feature screenshot to design. So you will have an option to try sample screenshots that are available in the application. And then under the chatbot, ask AI anything, type, change the layout, try as often as you like until you find a design that you like the most. So simply iterate. So I will show you in a moment how this may look like. You will end up in this screen, and you will you will select in the Ask AI chatbot the option on screenshot to design, and then you will iterate on different options. In the second test, you will have text to design. Imagine you have input from user interviews on how the application should look like. It should be refreshing. It should be something that inspires them. So you write a prompt that asks the AI application to create screens, high fidelity screens with this intention. Then you simply select text to design, you write your prompt. I wrote here an option, I think in the work boards for the respective teams, it's you can simply copy and paste it. I provided 3 samples so that you can try it. And then you will get different variations and you will insert, you can export it as PNG and then insert it into the board and write your observation, what you thought about it, if it was useful or not. And the third test, you're going to have a sketch to design. So you will also have, I provided some sample sketches like this one. You will upload it into the board, into the chatbot, and you will ask it to translate it into a design. And you will do the same thing. You will export as PNG and upload it into this board. You will have in the end something like this. And then you will write your conclusions, how you felt about this application, if this really translated properly the sketch into a relevant design, or if there is anything else that you would like to add on this. So that's essentially the session. We're going to spend on this part 15 minutes, divided into 2 groups. Briefly, I will just show you now how that may look like. So you go into sign up for free. Hopefully this goes quickly.
And Johanny, I wanted to mention, Amy also mentioned me that she needs to drop off for a critical meeting. So right now we have 3 participants on the call, and potentially we can do it like on our own, not dividing into the groups.
Oh yeah, perfect. Let's do that. Thank you very much. That's awesome to know. So, well, I will then just go quickly through this. You select an email to join. Okay, then this loads. You choose design a new app or website. Then you can select the option you prefer. You can choose a company size that is small, and you can say search engine. And here in this part, you choose design with AI when you come to this part. Not sure why this is have this thing, but I will refresh in a moment. Okay, it's changing itself, so it's loading. So as you can see, it's very straightforward. We have only a couple of 15 minutes left, but just for you to have a taste of how this may look like. Normally it runs faster, but what we can do now is I will unlock this part so that you can easily copy and paste the prompts. For example, for test 2, you can select the prompt that you like the most to ask the chatbot to create based on that one. Right, so it's still loading.
Yeah, I think everyone can select the test that they want, and just once you generate the result, simply drop it on the board so we can all see it and potentially engage, especially if everyone selects different test options. That would be wonderful to see what the outcomes are.
Exactly. So let's do that. As you can see, it's very simple. You just click on this Ask AI, and then you can choose the type of test you would like to run. If it's from a screenshot to design, you can select that. And here you select Try Samples, and then it has already some predefined samples on their website. For example, this one, and then it will run for you. You can select it, and then insert the screenshot in here. All right, so let's try that for first 10 minutes, and let's see how far we can go. And of course, if we need more time, we will extend it.
And if you have any questions or if you are lost in this journey, feel free to unmute and ask Johanny any questions. We will be happy to help and help you complete the test so you can get a taste of what this can be.
Exactly, perfect. So since we have quite short time, let's run test 1, which is simply to create a design based on this screenshot. You can have the option to preview, and yeah, so if you like it, you can add it to the board and then download it and insert the screen here. So if you have more time, go ahead and try test 2 and so on until we have 10 minutes. Okay, let's go for it.
Hey, Johanny, I'm just curious,
Yes.
where is that screenshot?
Right. So essentially is when you ask here, when you select, when you click on the chatbot, you have
So you're in Busily.
exactly. So you already logged in.
So
And
I have a blank canvas that says getting started and I don't have that toolbar. What's that first step looking like?
all right. So it's in theory you should land to something like this. And if you look at the bottom, you should have something like Ask AI, like a chatbot, the bottom of the screen.
Here, I'll put a, does it
No,
help to
so
put
you
a
don't
screenshot?
have that. Okay, so well, so in that case, I guess I can just try to do that.
You look to the side of, do you, if you follow me, or if you look at the top of the right hand Gen AI Tools Navigator above test 3, that's what I'm seeing. That's where I'm at. I mean, I guess
Right.
probably a way to progress it. I just didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah. Is anybody else in the room, in the session, seeing the chatbot? No? All right. It seems that the remaining are not having the same screen. I would say for this session, let's do it all together because it seems that it's going to be a bit tight in terms of division in groups and
Oh,
the
honey,
time
I'm
that
sorry. I just had to click getting started. That was it.
I know, I know. So I'm just trying to kind of find a solution because we have only 15 minutes left. And I envision this a little bit different in terms of size of the group. So what I will do is that I will do the exercise with you now in the workshop, and you can see what I'm doing, and you can, explore after the workshop yourself to see if you can get the same results. Does that work for you?
That sounds great.
Okay, perfect. So let's just quickly wait until this finalizes. In essence, what we will do in this first test, as you can see here, what you do is that you go to the screen if ideally it shows you these different elements, and you have here the chatbot. And in this chatbot, you can ask for create screens from screenshot. For some reason, it's taking a bit longer than regular. So ideally, it has some samples on their application. You visited a website, let's say Zalando shopping store, and you liked the website, you really liked the design. You took a screenshot and you saved it. And then what you do is that you upload this screenshot to the chatbot. And what this application does is to convert this screenshot into a customizable design that you can adjust images, you can adjust the icons, etc. So that's ideally what this should do. It's loading still. I'm so sorry for that. Some technical aspects, but yeah, that's the idea. So after the workshop, you can try that out yourself. Then in the second test, the idea is that you write some prompts to ask the tool to create designs for you. In this case, the prompt was create a design for a website screen that promotes relaxation candles made from organic materials. The screen should have a soothing, calming aesthetic with soft, warm tones like earthy greens, creams, and natural browns, etc. So I actually created this prompt with Gen AI. So I created the prompt for an AI application with AI, which is super cool. And then I got this image. So, all right, so we have here already the first screen. So you saw previously convert, I showed the feature screenshot to design. And then here you can say upload on phone or upload a file. So if you already have your screenshot, you upload it. They have already some samples, some images that they have. So for the sake of the exercise, I will select one from them. So now the application is running. So it's evaluating the different components of the screen. And what you can do is that you can preview before you select it, if this works for you, if this has like the components, or if it reflects the image that you have. If you like it, then you can say, okay, add to board. You can also change the theme, which is what we were discussing initially, the design system, essentially. So this is something you can try on your own, adjusting the colors and so on. So this is the design. As you can see, it is fully customizable. So you have your buttons, your images. So everything is already put together, ready to go, so that you import it into Figma or any other design application you have. All right, so this is one design. Let's say you like it very much. You can select here and you say export as, and then you can select the format. Let's say PNG. All right, so that's your image. It's just for the sake of the exercise to have it in one place. I honestly don't know why I have this screen, but you will have to bear with me on this case to accept it. I will try to refresh first. Before that, I will copy the prompt to try the second exercise. So what we did is essentially the first exercise, that you go and create design from screenshots that you see on the web. So now we're going to create screens from prompts, from text. Let's say you have specific quotes from your users on how the application should look like. So now I have a prompt, and I will go to the application now, and I click on Ask AI here, and then on this feature, Ask or AI features, and then you select Text to Design. So here you type your prompt. I have it ready, and then you press this icon. Now it's preparing. So from this workshop, it is evident that, of course, we need a bit more time for this type of exercise. It is, of course, just testing this. And if there is interest, we can run a follow-up workshop on the same topic. If not, of course, you feel free to try the application on your own and see if that works for your tasks at work. So it's taken a little bit while, just reviewing. It says it's working hard on this. Yeah, so let's see if this can, all right, so we have here some results. So what I provided was create a website screen designed for an eco-friendly online clothing store specialized in apparel made from recycled textiles. The design should feature a clean, modern, minimalistic layout with earthy tones, etc. So here you can select preview, and you can see, okay, if this is something that looks reasonable for you, if this layout works for you. Okay, let's say it doesn't work for you. You can see in the free version, you have a couple of points that you have available. Let's say you want another version, you click try again. And then it iterates on this design. So while this is working, it's quite interesting, all these different loading. Let's just give it a moment briefly. You can see here you have all the different elements, all the different components for your design. You can adjust it simply. So it's, I believe it's just you have a quick start into the design, which saves you a lot of time into creating the design system, different components, which is the most tedious in the elaboration of the design. And this certainly can help you save some time, and especially if you have some tight schedules. The question, of course, arises into the creativity, into, you know, what is the role of the designer and the design process itself. All right, so you have here another version. You have a look, you say, okay, I prefer this one. It looks familiar, looks into something that I really want to have. And then you say, okay, add to board. And you have, again, all the different components fully customizable here. You can say, you can change text, you can change colors, etc. And finally, we have the feature of a sketch to design. Again, you upload your sketch here. I had a couple here on the board, which is no longer visible. All right, still loading. But in essence, it's something similar. So you upload here a sketch. I'm not sure right now if I saved this images of the sketches. No, I didn't. I think I didn't save them. So, but in essence is that you have your own ideas, you create your sketches of your design, and then you upload this as if it's a screenshot, as we did at the beginning. Oh, they have some samples that's quite useful. So for example, here we have this one here, and then, you know, it's evaluating with the application. This is the sketch you have, which can quickly help you identify if this design satisfies the expectations of your users. You can quickly test this design. You don't have to spend too much time. As you can see, it's a matter of seconds, which is really impressive. All right. This will be the last part. A couple of seconds.
While the tool is loading, we have a question in the chat. If there are any helpful links that you can recommend for improving prompts for AI, like a special course for it?
Mm-hmm. Sure, there are several sources, quite interesting. I can share with you after the workshop, maybe via Natalie or so, some that are of relevance. You can, of course, use GenAI or any of the chatbots you have to ask for a prompt, like create a prompt for something that you have in your mind, you know, like create a prompt for a website design intended for these target users. You need to be quite specific for it to be useful. But of course, there are some applications out there, some sources that are quite relevant. So we can follow up on that after the workshop. All right, so we have this. Yes, Natalie, go ahead.
So sorry.
Okay, so we have here the result. This is the screen, the sketches we have, and this is the result of what the AI application understood. So as you can see here, we have different boxes and different things on the right-hand side. This right-hand side thing didn't show up. As you can see, it's really not visible here. So as you can see, it works, but it's not perfect. That means that you need to add these components yourself, although I would say 90% or 95% has already been included. If you go into the details, different icons, it has also not included the icons because as you can see here, there are some stars and some like email icons that they are not present here. So these minor details are not available, but this is something that we can quickly add. Apart from that, the design is more or less ready to be used, and you can add it to your board and share it with your team, export it in the different formats that work for you, and so on. Good. So this was the intention for today. Unfortunately, we do not have so much time left. I hope you get a taste into Visily, into how that can help you into prototyping, speeding up processes, and getting results quickly. And I appreciate your participation today. And please provide us some comments. If you still have any comments, now is the time to share.
And I just shared a feedback poll in Zoom. So we encourage you to share your feedback. And again, as a reminder, this is a template. This is one of the way for you to run similar workshops with your team. Not like there's no pressure and no necessity to use the same tool or the same tasks. This is a template for your extended team to have this exercise in-house and select what goes best for you, for your purposes, for your tasks. And on behalf of Miro team, I want to thank Juhani for your expertise, for sharing this template. I think it's super useful just to have this optionality and have those examples to run multiple tests and then select what can suit, for example, my team more.
Absolutely. Thank you so much also from my side for participating, and feel free to sign up for the coming workshops, for the coming sessions. We're trying to go through the different phases of the product management lifecycle. So if you are available and still interested, feel free to join. And we look forward to having you in the next sessions.
Also, thanks everyone for joining us today. I also learned a lot, especially for some other prototyping solutions. Very curious to test them out and see how they work. All right. So thanks everyone. See you on our upcoming workshops and webinars, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Have a good day. Goodbye, everyone.